Today we're going to be recreating this look right here. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm taking my Nars concealer in the color ginger, and I'm using that to prime my eyelids. I've already done my eyebrows off camera, and I'm using my ColourPop E3 brush to blend this out. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my primer on. It's the Hendrickson Oil Control Balance and as a primer. I'm going to go ahead and set that concealer with some translucent powder. And I'm using the Amrezy palette, and I'm going in with the color OG, and I'm focusing that on the crease and up. I'm taking it as high as I can. I'm not being too neat with it, as this is going to be my transition shade, and we're going to build up other colors to it. I'm going in and I'm focusing this on my crease, and I'm going in with the color 1988, and I'm also using a little bit of a smaller brush. Now I'm going in with the shade Yugo, and I'm focusing that on my outer crease and the corners of my eye, and I'm using a lot smaller brush, and I'm trying to pack as much pigment, and I'm not being too neat, but I'm going to go back in and blend that out. Now I'm taking with the flat Morphe brush, I'm taking the color Cupcake. It's a pressed pigment from the palette, and I'm just focusing that on the lid, trying not to go too far into the corner of my eye. And I'm just trying to build up the color on the lid with this. Here I'm taking the Beauty Bakerie Lollipop liner, and I'm just lining the top of my eye. I'm not going to make a wing today because I just need this liner to cover my lash band. I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes and prep them for mascara. I'm taking the Voluminous by L'Oreal. Now I'm taking my lashes, and I'm using the Ardell Double Wispies, and I'm using the House of Lashes glue with this one. Now I'm going to go ahead and with my Milani Scream Queen foundation, and I'm just blending that with a brush, and then I'm going to go in with a beauty blender. I'm taking also that same brush that I used earlier to blend the inner corners. Now I'm going in with the KKW Beauty Concealer number 8. I'm taking that same brush again, and I like to focus on the bottom part of the concealer and then closer to my nostrils and the creases, and get in those little areas. Here I'm setting my under eye with a Morphe brush, and I'm using the Laura Mercier powder, and I'm also going to be taking that same powder on this Beauty Blender puff, and I'm setting my foundation. I'm also taking a clean brush and just making sure to buff that powder into my skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and bronze, and I'm using the Chocolate Soliel bronzer by Toofaced. And I'm taking that same bronzer, and I'm working it to contour my nose. I'm bringing it up into my eyebrow and making sure I blend as I come back down. Here I'm taking my blush and I'm using the City Color B Matte blush, and I'm using the color Papaya. Here I'm going back to finish the under eyes, and I'm using the shade 1988, and I'm using more of a fluffy brush. Now I'm taking a flatter brush to focus it more towards my waterline, and I'm using the same color 1988. Now I'm taking the pressed pigment in Gemini from the palette, and I'm putting that in the inner corner of my eyes. Now I'm taking the e.l.f. Plus Glow highlighter in the golden, and I'm just taking that same brush I used for my blush, no product, to blend everything else. And I used the Mario Badescu to set my face. Now I'm going in with a lip liner from Morphe, and this is in the color Spiffy, and I'm just using that to line my lips. And now I'm going in with the Revlon HD matte lip color. And this completes our look.